Oh, was you gambling if I was going to be here or not? Oh, what happened to the camera? The camera. What? Spot. Hello. Okay. Let's see here. I don't know what's going on with my camera. Hello. Okay, I got it working there. Let's go over here. Okay. Activate, activate. There we go. Did that work? Discard changes. Yeah, looks like it worked. Okay, cool. There you go. Currently running the numbers, and the numbers seem to be bullshit. Aha. All right. Oh, yeah. Let's do this. System. Sound. Apply. What? Thanks. Well, there's some weird shit going on. It's all right. I'm going to have to check my gear soon. Oh, yeah? Mogbra! I was hoping you'd drop by. Took a bit of doing, but I was able to widen the crack I made in that storage device and yank out a couple scraps of data. Ooh. The first file just so happened to be a record of Cornelian's procedure. Seems the bastard's soul was poured into one of those clot-type monsters. They've gotten annoying talent for mimicking shapes and faces, which is exactly what Cornelian took advantage of when he tricked us with his fake chemica. Yes, we know this already. Never fear, Inspector Hildebrand is here. The other file I pulled had details on yet another monster-fied criminal. The Mook was nabbed in repeated vehicle violations, riding his air-wheeler too fast, making reckless maneuvers, endangering others, that sort of thing. According to the data, he's running around in the body of a cactuar right now. Judging by what we've seen in the research schemes, he'll have dispatched the prickly speed demon somewhere outside the dome, but where? Rejoice, my good detective, for I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, come bearing the very direction you seek. I have it straight from the mouth of the real chemica. That an ambulatory cactus piloting a flying contraption was supposedly observed streaking through the sky on the southerly bearing. Alas, despite the hastening to confirm this sighting, our intrepid sheriff arrived too late to see the needle-covered individual in question. The report was summarily dismissed as fanciful imaginings of an inebriated townsfolk. The recent insistent chirp of a veteran instinct nonetheless impelled me to investigate. Thus did my faithful assistant and I venture further south to question the colorful crowds of Tuli Yodel. Tuli Yodel. Tuyolo. Piloliolo. Ahem, yes. There to find a sober witness eager to tell of an airborne succulent. They said it was moving at an incredible pace, set astride a vehicle like the ones the mechanical invaders had ridden. It was last seen zipping past the dirigible before vanishing into the clouds of the south. Alexandra's soldiers ride on air wheelers, so unless they're flying cactar out there somewhere, I think we have our man. Good work. Almost too good, in fact. Over there. Is that a new case I spy? Hardly had to bait the hook. They're the real deal, all right. Although, come to think of it, I don't know why anyone would bother impersonating either of them to begin with. Oh, shit. At least the lead seems solid enough, but if we're serious about catching this guy, we'll need an air wheeler of our own. Come on, there's a shop nearby that does custom jobs. I'm going to have to check my gear soon. Okay. Jesus. These glasses were dirty. I have one. They are 7.5. What the fuck are you talking about? I have one. They are 7.5 mil. Okay, well, that's not happening anytime soon. I'm house broke. I have 188,068 to my name. Hardly boiled. This is the place I used to be a regular here, but I ain't been back in a while. Let's see if they still remember me. He's gonna get kicked out. They're gonna be like, yeah, you ain't welcome, bro. Get out of here. The air wheeler. Oh. Well, look who the wind blew in. Manam, I've come for my steed. The battered old scrap heap. It's been rusting in my garage floor for so long, I doubt I could even manage a slow trot, let alone a gallop. Happy to give a tune-up if you've credits to burn, but I'll need you to supply some parts. A new high voltage battery and a superconductor coil at minimum. The chronometer's ticking. I'll see if I can't get my hands on a battery, but I can ask you to track down the coil. These soft-boiled dopes wouldn't know a suspension spring from an anti-gravity gimbal. But you, I can trust to find the right part without cracking under the pressure. Got my number, do you? Just tell it like it is. I know a tough egg when I see one. Hardy boiled seems desperate to get his air-wheeler up and running, so I'll give you a tip. You'll want a coil quick-like, then salvaging the rides of defective centuries is your best bet. I'll even lend you a handy gadget to help you out. Set off the distress signal on the west side of Old Alexandria, and you'll have some murderous mechanical company to dismantle for parts. I'll take these two along with me on the battery hunt. Good luck out there. Do. Ah! That was so hard. I don't know if I'll live. They made me do a mean thing. Isn't that? I think that's raids. Well, get your hands out of coil. Aren't you Renegade, though? No, that's Lorenzo Lamas. He played Reno Reigns. Aye, that should do the trick. Now, where did your mates run off to? Can't be that hard to find a store that sells batteries. You should probably head over to the Nexus Arcade and see what's keeping them. That's my Lala voice. That's how I think Lalas sound. Like every single one of them. Male and female alike. It's ugly, dude. Put it away. Mogbra, any trouble picking up that quill? Nothing you couldn't handle, I'll wager. As for the battery, I bought one easily enough. The problem was convincing the inspector and his gal to stick around after he caught a whiff of tantalizing familiarity. Long story short, they wandered off and haven't come back. Suppose we ought to go look for them, huh? I mean, whatever. Can you even tell the difference between male and female laws? No. They're all the same. There's that one Lala over there still watching them. See, there she is. Or he. Oh, it's a zombie. Is that a corpse? A smiling corpse? Oh. Hold on. Oh, my tummy's not liking me right now. Oh, you needn't fret, detective. The dapper zombie is an old acquaintance of mine. Allow me to introduce myself, good sir. I'm a proud member of the Gentle Dead Man, a disciple of Master Zombie Brand. I've been on the road seeking out new recruits for our merry moldering band. Said search is what brought me here into the midst of the unsuspected yet most welcome reunion. Zombie talk. I don't usually hold with necromancy, but it seems harmless enough. So, if you're done catching up, we've got a case to work on. In actual fact, our conversation was most entirely case adjacent. Employing his nose of festering fellows and gentle zombie traced the stench of a necromantic decay to the very facility in which I once slumbered. Yes, I became fast friends with one of the reanimated researchers there. During the process of getting to know each other, he spoke briefly of the only person left alive after the incident. According to my new carnal chum, all the lab workers perished when an accident resulted in the leakage of a highly toxic substance. All that save for a single man who habitually wore a protective gas mask. It's his name. He was second in charge after the overseer himself, yet disdained by his peers as a condescending know-it-all. They did, however, grudgingly recognize his passion for his work. Even after devoting a full day of official experiments, he would pour his remaining time and energy into some mysterious side project. Heidi was the sole surviving researcher, you say? Sounds like we finally have a name for our mastermind. Courtesy of the shambling undead, nonetheless. No matter how many years I do this job. Well, thanks for that. Glad to be of service. Now, if you'll excuse me, my new recruit and I have cafe tour plans. Okay. I have to go back and rewatch that and see how that sounded. It was probably terrible. So that feller was an honest-to-God's walking corpse, huh? I've met weird folks in my line of work, but I do say you always keep company with such oddballs. It was bad, was it? Ah, I was out of line. It's just, I reckon, there are forces in this world you're better off not messing with. Anyway, let me take the parts back to Manam and get my wheelie repaired. Shouldn't take long. I'll ride him back here to make sure he's running smoothly, and you can see the magnificent beast in all his glory. Core, would you look at that? What do you think, Mogbra? I call him Night Stallion. He's a custom job built for yours truly, and has far too much horsepower for the average mook to handle. Anti-gravity capabilities are standard, but when it comes to ground speed, he's been tweaked to achieve the highest possible performance. The trick is to install quick heating motor coils. But won't the increased heat compromise the magnetic field's integrity, you ask? Well, that's a valid concern. A hotter drivetrain responds completely differently when you open up the throttle end. You get those filthy hands off my ride. I merely thought to enhance your beloved steed with a touch of Salamanderville. So you've had this amazing machine this whole time? Why haven't you been riding it until now? Ah, so fresh-faced and innocent, the spitting image of my assistant. I'll never forget the day I hung up my spurs. It was right after I'd caught Carnelian. I'd been simmering in thoughts of vengeance, fit to burst my shell at any moment. Akira! Sorry. You gotta call it out when you see it. The big house is too good for the likes of the Crime King. See you in hell, your majesty. What hasn't referenced the Akira slide? I don't know. Should have pulled the trigger when you had the chance. You've gone soft, hardy boiled. This flashback exceeds the legal length. laced with illicit embellishments. Wrap it up, Gumshoe. I don't know. I don't even know who this guy is. Never seen him before in my life. To cut to the chase, my assistant was avenged, slinging the Crime King into the slammer. Took me off the boil, and riding cold just ain't my style. But now that the Carnelian's on the streets again, it's time for me to get back in the saddle. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. They were saying the Cactuar punk flew over the Thule whatever, then blew past the dirigible on his way south, right? What kind of territory are we looking at? Lots of big trees, are there? Then let's make this Yachtel's dirigible landing our starting point. I'll take Night Stallion to meet you there. Bye. I'll teleport. I'll beat you there. Oh. Busted. Yeah, he can freely shoot him whenever he wants. You know he ain't gonna hurt him. Boom, 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 boom. I hear cop sirens. Oh no. Hildebrand is eager to take to the air. Right. We shall find our way to his cocktail dirigible landing. I see you there. Oh, I didn't mean to skip that. Whatever, we missed it. Jesus. We'll go to Tali Alali Alalal. Toy lollipop. Ah, you made it. Even this jaded old gumshoe had to appreciate that view coming in over the treetops. Anyways, I talked to the locals while waiting for you lot to arrive, and one fella had seen Mr. Cactuar fly down to the lower forests. I'm told the biggest place out that way, the settlement's called Mamuk. So, that'll be our next destination. Let's head over there, walk the streets, ask some questions. You know, the usual. Very good, detective. But what's become of your wondrous wheeler? Night Stallion would draw more attention than I'd like. I'll use the autopilot function to call him if I need him. But otherwise, I'll make do with my own 2 feet. Oh. That must be Mamuk. The build of things different down here, huh? Sure. When you got time to admire architecture, spread out and find someone who's clapped eyes on something. I clicked too fast. My bad. Why, yes, I did see an unusual creature riding a strange vehicle through the forest at breakneck speeds. The vehicle's terrible noise is what first drew my attention, followed by the incomprehensible yelling of its pilot. Yet the sight of his posturing man-plant was absurd. I found myself more bemused than frightened. That would be quite the funny sight. Damn it. I observed it smashing one of the giant meteorites with a club, then racing away with the broken pieces. Make of that what you will. And over here. Ah, the subject of recent gossip. I crossed paths with the creature myself, and it was indeed odd, but the machine it rode upon was the true wonder. He pulled up alongside me and my weaver, challenged us to a race, and then zoomed off with astounding swiftness. If you're planning to catch that fiend, you'll need equally a miraculous mount. I do. Just so happens I have a flying ship that turns into a robot. Because, you know. Okay. So what's the wrap? Oh. We might have to react to Zeems. The testimonies I've gathered that were very much the same. There is a cactar racing around out there. That much could be certain. All right, I got a couple loaded up. I can't wait for an MMO expansion with the next album. But if he's making stops at bag meteorite fragments, then this ain't no simple joyride. Talk to me, Mogbra. Something about those rocks I ought to know. Some kind of special aether radiation. We haven't pieced together Kishikia's big plan yet, but he seems real interested in those space stones. Which means we've got a good chance of finding his spiky goon by stalking out the spots where the meteorites are. If we nab the cactar, we can make him lead us to the researcher and to Carnelian. When I say us, I mean me and Night Stallion, of course. Once we find him, the rest of you won't be giving chase without an airwheeler. I need no such contrivance. These legs have been conditioned by an intensive chocobo-bearing exercise regimen. Well, good luck to him. Still think he's a weak-willed punk, but I can't deny that uncanny body of his is made of sterner stuff. Oh. Let's get on with it. I hear there's a few good-sized meteorites alongside the road that lead out of town. We'll start near the end of the hope the mook puts on as an appearance. Blech.
Ooh, Scooby snack. Yeah.
"14 sounds that live rent-free in your head."
Sloppeh.
Big fat tacos, a big fat tacos, a big fat tacos, so big. You can't tell me that's not what you hear every time you fucking go to fight Ruby. Oh my dear God. One more time. I hear big fat tacos. That's like the first thing I heard. I was all like, hell yeah, Ruby weapon, let's go, let's go. Some big fat tacos, fuck yeah. Big fat tacos, yeah. Big fat tacos, yeah. So big. You gotta have big fat tacos. You hear Heart of Sabik? How the hell do you get Heart of Sabik from it? Literally big fat tacos. Oh, the idiot inspector took off like he had the case all sewn up, but running fast didn't find him any leads, did it? And here I thought he was onto something. That way, Nishu. No sign of him either. Here either. On to the next meteorite. I detect a hint of criminality in that direction. Onwards, Neshu. We mustn't let the detective beat us to the punch. Can we just go? Thank you. Look out and stand aside, or it's 1,000 needles in your hide. Make way for the unmatchable something. Spike. Okay, he looked pretty cool. This one looks ripe for the smashing. Hold it right there. I'm gonna need you to hop off that air wheeler. Is he eating a glowing blue banana? Huh? Ah! You must be the blowhards I was warned about. Think you give orders to the succulent speedster? My ride is maxed out with black market mods and there ain't no one faster. Keep up if you can, slow pokes. If that's the way it's got to be, challenge accepted. To me, Night Stallion, it's time to burn rubber. Okay. I'm right behind you. And I'm right behind you, Inspector. All right. Guess I gotta go. We all want to find out why Zeem's got banned? He just came up with a video like an hour ago. Yeah! Damn it, the stallion's at full gallop, but I'm still trailing. Would seem you require my assistance after all. What the fuck? You caught up to me on foot? Fine, Charson, it is a glowing blue banana. He stole his gun. Where's my damn python? I'll just tweak the weapon's elemental setting like so. With you steering, provide me the thrust, that fiend will soon learn a harsh lesson. Nothing outruns a fired up Manderville man. Hell yeah. Are they actually gaining on me? Oh wait, no, he's more of a surfer dude. Come on then, I feel the needle for speed. Oh, he did get all speaky. We did it! Victory is ours! Oh. Boom! Pretty lights. He's just like, what the hell just happened? Oh. I can't believe my undefeated record. My legendary win streak is over. And yet, I feel strangely content. I whip out the chokibo, or the Moogle weapon. Enough, you win. Just hand me over the coppers and be done with it. Okay. Whoop whoop whoop. So the researcher forced you to work for him, like he did with the other fiends. That's right. Told me to smash and grab meteorites in the forest, but not what he wanted them for. All this way to nab some delinquent goon with no leads on Kishiaki and Carnelian to show for it. Yeah. Sounds about right. Not to mention my beautiful ride getting trashed. That one's on you, Hildebrand. Perhaps we could try running together sometime. Oh, if you're looking for Kishiaki, I know exactly where he'll be waiting for my meteorite delivery. Over by the cliffs southwest of here. Ah! Why didn't you say that sooner? I bet Carnelian is there with him. He won't escape me this time. He didn't learn a damn thing. I leave this criminal cactuar in your custody. Fiendish appearances aside, 'tis a man's soul within, so please treat him accordingly. Now let us follow the detective to these cliffs, shall we? I must ensure these villains are served a gentleman's justice. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Speak with Hardy Boiled. I don't know how many drugs they've done. Probably enough. Probably not at all. It's Japan. They probably looked very down on drugs. I don't know the laws of Japan though, so. Pretty sure they're fairly harsh on drug use though. I can hear him up ahead. Let me get the drop on them before we all go marching in. He's late. We must assume something went wrong. These meteorites will prove the perfect energy source. And I would prefer to harvest a surplus. But it is too great of a risk to linger here. Freeze, mage. You so such as twitch your lips and I'll light you up. No. I've worked too hard to give up now. It's okay, he's after Carnelian anyways. What's with the Oglop? The Oglop must be a person. Like, soul trapped in body. Probably the head dude, actually. Calling it right now. Prediction. Head dude of the research center is the Oglop. He's getting away. Oh, he's getting away. He'll keep. I've got the one I want. But don't think I'm taking you in just so you can escape. Never again. Murder is not the answer, detective. Oh, no, it's his assistant. Oh, no. Blue? Cough, cough. Oh, he ate Hildy. Where did Carnelian go? I think it's the other universe's version of a goblin from that one Hildebrand quest. Maybe. You almost had me. If not for this bumbling fool you tolerate. Soft as ever. No! It all starts raining and thundering at like the perfect time. You and me are done, Hildebrand. Stay out of my way. Yeah, that's either his assistant or the head person. Yeah. I don't know, I'm leaning towards the assistant now. My recent inadequacies as an inspector appear to have earned the detective's ire. It was you he turned to for assistance with this case, Mogbra. It is only fitting that you remain at his side for the duration. Naishu hired me. Meanwhile, Naishu and I shall persist with our independent inquiries. But Naishu's the one that hired me. Sorry for the sudden exit back there, but that yolk for brains had me steaming. Hildebrand only wants to help. He's actually pretty good help, despite his bumbling buffoonery. That's the problem. His help ain't nothing but a hindrance. Not true. Busted. For the love of, I see you sulking over there, soft-boiled. Isn't this a delightful spot of serendipity? We were simply following the villain's trail, and look how we've all run into each other. Completely by chance. We were only passing through after all. We shall apprehend the masked mastermind with our own tried and true methodology. You shall see. Mogbra, I want you on the case with me from here on out. When it comes to a proper guide beyond the dome, as well as being tougher than yours truly, no one else fits the bill. You might need to cool your heels for a bit while I work on salvaging more data from Hardy Boiled. Always gets his files in the end. See you around. Meanwhile, elsewhere. Ah ha ha ha! At long last, my scheme has come to fruition. I forgot the voice I made for him. No longer must I endure the company of incompetent colleagues. All is in readiness. The replication of my brilliant mind is at hand. Never again will I be known as the Knuckle Clock Clock Corpse Second Best. My name shall ring across the lands carried far and wide by an army of unrivaled geniuses. Something amusing. Oh, just the fact that you repaired a device capable of miracles, yet your plans are so very banal. You dare mock me. Oh. Well, that was easy. One flare? For real? An AoE? Weak. What a bore he was. Now to realize a dream worthy of marvelous technology. It's the spaceship. That was the spaceship. Detective Hardy Boiled, they call me. Hi, babies. Cool and tough as a cucumber wrapped in old leather. I'm a man who prefers his own company. You're gonna miss those blowing up in your face. Today's egg was overdone. I let the pot boil and boil, a match to my mood. He's leaving egg shavings everywhere. I guess it's fine. They are biodegradable. It is his assistant. They say you can't make a cracked shell whole again. Maybe it's time I smashed it completely. Fucking fly, where'd you come from? Boy, those are some troubling thoughts. Can anyone save Detective Hardy Boiled from himself? I bet the inspector can. With us on the case, a happy ending is never far away. See you, Inspector. I love the Hildebrand quests. I know they are fucking hit and miss. Some people absolutely adore Hildebrand, and other people, well, other people aren't as refined as us that love Hildebrand. They just don't fucking like it. They skip the series. Fair, but I think Hildebrand's great. So, shall we react to why Zeem's is banned from 14? Did he get caught? Did he get caught using mods? Is it because he's a dick? Let's find out. I like Zeems. He's a Kansas boy, though.
For those of you that don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was suspended in 14. There's a lot of misinformation going around, a lot of misinformation. And hopefully that this will be a wake-up call for a lot of you to not be, naive and believe anything and everything that you see online. This is actually what I got suspended for. The video must not contain racist, sexist, homophobic, or generally offensive content of any kind. This includes graphic violence or sexual explicit content. The part that they used against me, when I say they, I mean Square Enix, the part that they had to uphold or whatever, is this right here. Generally offensive content of any kind. Okay, so what the fuck does that actually mean? That can mean whatever the fuck they want it to mean. Yeah. This is obviously like very vague.
It's Catch-22.
And it's obviously a huge overreach.
Oh,
I just want to say this from...
Hold on. I'm intruding on Zeem. Let's move myself somewhere else. Here. Can I react right here? Can me and Zeems be homies like right here? I think that's fine. And then yeah, let's just let's not let you intrude on Zeems as well. Oh, oh no, that ain't working. Oh, that's the... There we go. Zeems' chats. Okay. Tell it how it is, Zeems. Let us hear your thoughts, bro.
From the start, that I am fully aware that I am not everyone's favorite person. I generally make bad first impressions. I have my whole life. I'm normally pretty blunt and to the point. I normally don't hold back, but I try my best to not purposely hurt people's feelings unless they harm me or unless they deserve it. So, take that for what it is. But regardless, if you like me or not, regardless, what happened to me was not right. Now, I will explain.
Okay, hold on. They know about the Scooby snack that was given out. Hold on. You're cute, you know that. Can I get kisses? Kisses. I want kisses. You will give me kisses. No. Stole it. Ooh, baby. Loki. Okay. Wool. Loki. Okay. It's the only two that were given out. It's okay. We still love you. Okay, let me get back to Zeems. Okay. Do you want some Teddy Grams too? I tell you what. If Awesome gives you a Scooby snack right now, I'll give you a Teddy Gram. Teddy Gram. Yeah? You better tell him. Oh, okay. There we go.
Snack.
She really likes Teddy Grams. To babies. To babies. Okay, we're done. That's it. All gone. All gone. She ain't stupid. She sees it right there. She's like, motherfucker, they're right there. They're right there. Okay, we're done for now.
As we get through this, I will explain it. But I feel like the biggest problem here, or well, one of the biggest problems, is the fact that people are not able to separate their emotions from fact. So what I mean is that there were a lot of people that were very happy that I was banned. That's fine. That's fine. I totally get it. But the one thing that doesn't make any sense to me is they were happy about the reason. I think it's fine for people to be happy that someone that they don't like gets banned. That's fine. That's understandable. But the reason can still be fucked up. So let me give you an example. People lack the ability to agree with someone that they don't like. I don't know. I feel like online people have lost that ability. People have lost the ability to separate like fact from like feelings or emotions. So what I mean is, let's take an extreme case. Let's say that there is a murderer on trial. Let's say that a woman comes forward or a man comes forward, a person comes forward, and they say, oh, well, he raped me. Well, just because he's a murderer doesn't make him a rapist. Does that make sense? And a lot of people lack the ability to understand that, to comprehend that. You have to prove that that person is a rapist. Just because that they're a murderer doesn't mean that they're a rapist. But people will just make that assumption because they don't like the person. Now, that's an extreme case. But the reason why I brought it up is because just...
He's right, though. It's a very extreme case, but that's what happens, right? People just want to fucking lump everybody up into like a little thing. Bad person equals bad, does all bad things, period. And they don't want to go through process. Fuck, especially on the internet. Yeah, they were just looking for any reason. The people that didn't like Zeems here just wanted any reason for him to get banned. And so they're happy about him just being banned. Homeboy, the generally offensive content of any kind, it's a catch-42, bro. Like, we all know that's what it's there for. And you know, when you got a personality a lot like mine, bro, and we're abrasive, we don't give a fuck, we just let shit fly out, and you know, it is what it is. Like, you know, just by calling this fucking expansion trash, you hurt somebody's feelings, you know, because the way the world is right now, you hurt somebody's fucking feelings. They needed a fucking safe space. And so they fucking ran away. And, you know, they were like, oh, he hurt me or whatever. I don't know if that's why, but it's just a fucking example, right? You know, oh, it's offensive, blah, it's gone. I'm not going to censor myself for shit. Yeah, me neither. Me neither. I agree. Awesome. It's just like, I mean, I tried doing that when I first started streaming, you know, and I was like trying to fucking mind my P's and Q's every time. And it was so fucking goddamn stressful to stream that I just like, I can't fucking do this anymore. Like, it is driving me bonkers going from my personality, which is forthright and, you know, sometimes abrasive and loud, and just, you know, I have opinions, you know, and I just let them fly. If they're your opinions, cool. If they're not, who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck. I'm going to cater to my audience, you know, and if you're going to be part of my audience and you're going to be that counter to me, that's fine too. But don't be fucking just turning in shit. You know what I mean? Like, the most censorship I do is not going super extreme. Right, exactly. You know, leave. Yeah, we're not even gonna touch that shit. But fuck, I forgot where I was. Anyways, yeah, just generally offensive. Like, people are too fucking squishy nowadays, man. And, you know, at the same time, also, Japan's not, I don't think Japan's like us. I don't think they have, like, you know, the freedom of speech that we do and blah, blah, blah. Right. Which even then is like fucking borderline here almost anymore. So I don't know what to tell you, bro. Guess we should just kind of go forward in the video a little bit and see where you're at. But honestly, homie, I think everything works out. I love you. Fuck, you're the whole reason I love warrior tanking in 14. Well, not the whole reason, but you're definitely a huge fucking reason on it. You allowed me to start wrapping my fucking head around it. Hell, I was soloing Titan in Heaven's Ward because I saw you do it. All right? I saw that shit and was like, I could fucking do that. And like I fucking soloed Titan Extreme. And like it was fucking awesome. I was like, fuck yeah, fucking I can do it. You know, either that or it was like, no, it wasn't hard. It was extreme. And Heaven's Ward on my warrior. You know? And I fucking farmed Garuda Extreme for the Nightmare on my warrior in Heaven's Ward. That'd be crazy. Can you imagine like Endwalker was such a fucking just kind of vanilla ass fucking expansion. I can't think of a trial in Endwalker, but just pick a fucking trial in Endwalker, you know, and just imagining soloing that now on Savage with just a warrior. Okay, Golbez. Cool. Imagine soloing Golbez on Savage with your warrior, right? Because that's what it was in Heaven's Ward. And like he did it and I watched it and I was blown fucking away and I was like, hell yeah, brother, let's go. And fucking went and did it, right? Because he did. He had like a fucking walkthrough on how to do it. And he just showed you how. I mean, his fucking setup was shit. He was talking into a fucking headset mic. He didn't even have a camera. It was just his fucking character on the screen. He's like, looks and bitches, this is how we do it. We're going to go in here in man mode and blah, blah, blah. It was fucking awesome, man. It was awesome. And we just fucking went and we did it. And so it really fucking sucks that he's banned. You know, I love fucking watching his shit. Skip if you want to try to PF it. Golbez has a mechanic that you must skip if you want to try to PF it. That's been a thing since Heaven's Ward 2. Or fuck, that's even been a thing since A Realm Reborn. You know, there were people like on Nail Deus Darnus that were like, if you can't skip this, we don't want you at our party, blah, blah, blah. It was like a huge thing in Heaven's Ward too with, fucking, the fucking raids are all named weird and shit. But it's the one where you start up on the pizza saucer, right? And the pieces start falling and then you fall down. You got to fight the guy. He's like in the jail or whatever, right? You're up above the pizza slices start falling with the raid boss, and then eventually they all give way and you go down, you fight them on the bottom and shit. And like, I mean, there was like, you have to fucking skip this mechanic or get the fuck out, blah, blah, blah. And it was just fucking ridiculous. How about you just learn to do the fucking mechanic, bro? Like, what's so fucking hard about that? So anyways, I'm gonna let him play, let him rant, and we're just gonna sit here, we're gonna nod. And we're gonna watch good old Zeems here because you know he's fucking one of the best in the fucking game, man, if not the best.
Because you may or may not like me as a person, you need to think about the gravity of what actually happened. The gravity of what actually happened was that I was suspended for generally offensive content outside of the game with Final Fantasy trademark on my stream. I'll explain exactly what that means, but before I do that, let's look at some of these screenshots, okay? This is my conversation with the GM. Now, before I start talking about this, I want to say that this GM was really nice to me. I don't have anything against this GM. This GM was just doing his job. I want to be clear here that I am not mad at this GM. For whatever reason, I mean, because people are fucking weird. Don't go attack this GM. Don't message it. I mean, I don't even know if you could, but don't yeah, I just want to be perfectly clear here. So here's the funny picture. It
looks like a Warhammer guy, man.
It is really funny that they pulled me in as a Space Marine. It's really
Yeah.
funny they pulled me in as a space
That's what I
marine.
thought. I was like, that's a space marine.
For those of you that don't know, I'm a world eater and they're a heretic. Okay, so I think that's extra. I think that's extra funny.
Right
I feel
on,
like
brother.
Emperor, you know.
Right on.
So he says, salutations.
All right, let's just go ahead and read this right here. All right, the GM pulls him in. Xeno suspects. Hello, salutations, Xeno suspects. This is senior lead game master Reneligion. Do not go and hunt this guy down, like he said though. Like for reals, like he is literally just doing his fucking job. Anyways, I apologize for taking you out of the game so suddenly. He's like, it's okay. I was streaming at the time, but I have stopped showing my game. Did I do something wrong? Unfortunately, there's a situation that we need to address. We have observed aggressive comments and behavior directed at others during your Twitch streams. Wait, what happened? I joke a lot on stream, so maybe there was a mistake. Can you give me any details? To protect the victims and those who reported the incident, we cannot disclose a specific stream or streams in question. However, making aggressive remarks or taking aggressive actions towards others while using 14 copyrighted material constitutes a violation of the Final Fantasy 14 materials usage license. I'm too lazy to hunt a random person down. Fair enough. Fair enough. I can see why they do this, but they need to tell him at least a stream. They're like, hey, delete this and we can like unban you. Because like, I remember last time he did this, he had to fucking delete his whole fucking library of it, man. And it was just like, that's fucking bullshit.
Xenosis Vex, this is lead senior.
I'd say, fuck it, it stays up and I move on to something else. I don't know. Maybe he could just get another account because, like, I know fucking people will, like, help him out and shit and let him fucking get up there and shit.
Game master, you know, I apologize for taking you out of the game. So suddenly, it's okay. I was streaming at the time, but have stopped showing my game. Did I do something wrong? Unfortunately, there's a situation we need to address. We have observed aggressive comments and behavior directed at others during your Twitch streams. Okay, wait, what happened? I joke a lot on stream, so maybe there was a mistake. Can you give me any details? To protect the victim and those who reported the incident, we cannot disclose specific stream or streams in question. However, making aggressive remarks or taking aggressive actions towards others while using Final Fantasy XIV copyrighted material constitutes a violation of the Final Fantasy XIV material usage license. Okay, so this is bad. Like, I get it. If people are happy that I got banned because they don't like me, I get it. I understand that. But here is why this is bad. Because this applies to every streamer and every content creator. And I would caution anyone that is going to attempt to stream Final Fantasy XIV that this type of stuff can be used against you. Because taking aggressive actions or making aggressive remarks while the Final Fantasy XIV like trademark is available. So let me give you an example. So right now, because of this portion of the stream, I am not subject to the TOS. I can say whatever the fuck I want about that game, and I'm not subject to the TOS. But the second that I have any type of trademark, this is very important, copyright trademark, I am subject to the TOS of 14. That is absolute, complete fucking horseshit. Absolute fucking bullshit. This is the biggest overreach that I have ever seen or heard in my fucking life, man. It is absolutely ridiculous. When they say trademark, they mean literally anything. So if I were to open this up right now, this little logo right here, this is trademark. So just me being on this page, now I am subject to TOS. Like, I don't even have the game open, but because there's trademark, because of this, now I'm subject to their shit. Now, anybody that does not think that that is ridiculous, I don't think your brain is functioning properly. And here's another thing. They say that I'm banned.
Is he running a Linux computer? That's fucking badass. Let's go, bro.
Say that I'm suspended, but they can't give me any evidence. Can you tell me exactly what I said? Like, what aggressive comment did I say? Did I say it?
That's what I was noticing. Like, I saw Proton Mail, and I was like, wait a second. I started looking around, and I'm like, yeah, this kind of looks like Bazite. Man, I need to switch over to Linux, bro.
It in game? No, I didn't say it in game. To my knowledge, I didn't even have the game up. That's the fucked up part, is that they didn't even tell me if I had the fucking game up or not. That is ridiculous. I get banned in a game when I don't even have the game up? That is fucking crazy.
Right. Yeah, I know that. Like, it's like the standard mail system.
A lot of people that,
on
you know,
Linux.
they're happy about this.
Like
they
Edge
just say,
for
oh, well, it's in the TOS.
Microsoft.
Read the TOS. Yo, fucking lo, just read it.
No,
okay,
that's...
first off, man, nobody reads that shit.
Yeah, I was going to say, A, nobody reads that shit. B, that is such a fucking overreach. So you're saying if I'm on fucking Twitter and something, and I got like 14 followed or whatever, right? Or Square Enix followed or some shit like that, and I'm fucking talking mad shit, just like fucking awesome, you know, just picking on you, right? And then someone gets offended because like we're fucking friendly bantering back and forth to each other. They could fucking report that and ban me. I don't think I'm streaming 14 anymore, man, after this. And I don't think anybody else should. The distros I use don't have it except for like Kali. Loki. Stop, bro. Stop, homie. You're okay. You're okay, babies. He's a good boy. He's over here just fucking whining until he gets another one. He'll just sit here and eat the whole goddamn thing.
Shit. And second off, it does not, okay, it's not common knowledge or it's not common sense to assume that you can get banned in a game when you're not even playing the game. That is ridiculous. That is insane. Like, I got bullshitted. This is extremely unfair. So I didn't have the game up. I wasn't even talking about the game. But because there was some trademark, they didn't even tell me what trademark I had on screen at the time. But because there was some trademark, I am now subject to the TOS. That is them trying to control how streamers stream. 1 second. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck them. If they think for a second that they are going to try to control the way I stream, they can eat my shit. I don't give a fuck about that, man. There is no shot that they are going to try to tell me how to fucking stream. Absolutely fucking not, bro. So I say, can you tell me exactly what I said so I have a better understanding? Doing so could reveal the reporters and or victims involved. So I'm unable to disclose that information. And I said, okay, I'm really not trying to be difficult. I would just like to know what I can do in the future so it doesn't happen again. Because right now I literally have no idea what I could have done. I joke around a lot on stream and maybe it was a joke taken out of context. Can you tell me the violation happened? Was it in game or on Twitch? Maybe when it happened. Sorry, I'm just really confused. I want to know what I need to do to fix it because whatever it was, I meant no harm and it wasn't intentional. The GM says those details could disclose information that would go against protecting those that were affected. And I said, okay. Is there anything you can tell me? Can you tell me what I need to do in order to make sure this doesn't happen again? He said, I would strongly advise avoiding the use of aggressive comments or taking aggressive actions toward others while using Final Fantasy XIV copyrighted material, since it is a violation that can be taken action if it's brought to our attention. So this is a key thing here, okay? Let me throw a scenario on you. According to what this person says, if I have a Final Fantasy XIV t-shirt on and I'm doing a real life stream, during that real life stream, I am subject to the Final Fantasy XIV game TOS. That is absolutely fucking ridiculous. That is beyond fucking ridiculous. That they can ban you in a game when you're not even playing the game. You're not talking about the game. There's nothing going on. But if I have a shirt that says Final Fantasy XIV, I'm subject to the TOS. That is the most horse shit that I've ever encountered in my 11 years of streaming. That is absolutely ridiculous. So then I say, or rather, is there any information you can give me about the violation other than there was a violation? Unfortunately, I am only able to relay that there was a violation that we found evidence on, and we are required to issue a suspension to the account. Further review is handled through the link provided. Okay, so the main reason why I cut all this up, just so people know, is because every single fucking question that I ask, he just repeats himself. He just says, I can't say, I can't say, I can't say. If anybody's wondering why there's so many screenshots, it's just because all of the questions I ask, he just couldn't tell me. So here's where I ask. This happened specifically on my Twitch stream, not in game. I was very specific. As mentioned above, providing any details about the incident, such as date and exact moments, would put the victims. However, I can state that the matter took place while you were streaming, as mentioned at the beginning. Okay, so I didn't have the game up. Okay, so yeah, it happened while I was streaming, so it was Twitch related then. That is correct, which is why this involves a violation of the material usage. So this happened while I was on Twitch while I was playing. That's why the game is involved. Because at this point, I'm still thinking that I said something like about, like, I'm running all these ideas through my head. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I said something about a person in game, but I don't do that. Or maybe I said something like related to the game or some shit like that, right? And then I say, you know, when you say Final Fantasy 14 copyrighted material, can you tell me what material? And then again, you can't tell me shit. And then I say, yeah, but what I mean is, was it the game or a picture or something else? Like, can you tell me if it happened when I was playing the game? Unfortunately, I am unable to do so, since that could be considered information that you could accidentally disclose the victims, reporters involved. And I said, okay, yeah, I'm really sorry, you know, whatever. I just really am at a loss here because I have no idea what I did. Is there anything you can tell me to help me understand better? Sorry, but I'm just very confused. I don't mean to be annoying with the questions. It says it's no bother at all. I completely understand being confused under these circumstances, giving the limited information that I can provide you. So he literally can't give me anything else. Like, it's not that he doesn't want to. It's just he literally can't because that's his job. Unfortunately, this is the capacity of the details that can be provided at this time. So I am not mad at this GM. I am extremely disappointed and disgusted.
Yeah, you can't be mad at the GM at this point because he's like, bro, I got a job to do. My hands are fucking tied at the moment. That's kind of like fucking just randomly like beating the hell out of someone right in front of a cop and then the cop arrests you. You can't be mad at the cop. You know what I mean? Like, he's just doing his job. You forced his hand, right? Put your hands behind your back, get arrested, go to jail, you know, take it like a man, right? You got your ass whooping out, you know, take your licks from Big Daddy G, I guess. But Jesus. All right, moving on.
By the terms of service and by the way, like the structure in which bans are handed out, because this suspension is absolute fucking horseshit. That I get suspended for aggressive comments when you literally have people fucking cheating in PvP. You have people harassing other people. There's so much shit. There's so much shit on like Twitter that like these people, which I'll get into it later. But like, dude, all this shit, dude, people were wanting me to be assassinated. Okay, like this is crazy. These type of people, they attach their 14 characters to their Twitter, but they don't get banned for wishing murder on someone, but I get suspended for aggressive comments. That is absolutely fucking ridiculous, man. That is why these people, they're just insane, man. There is no, oh, I just don't like the guy. It's either I absolutely love the guy or he needs to be assassinated. Like, what the fuck are we doing here, man? Do I have any idea what it could have been? No, I don't. A lot of people were, hold on, whoa. Okay, now I can talk about it. A lot of people assumed that I was banned because I called Kate and Senna dumb, retarded bitches. Which is also the same reason why they call me a transphobe and a misogynist, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you can. You sure can. Don't worry. I'll be, after finding out all this, I'm going to be wiping it and probably not streaming 14 again. I'll probably just do my own thing. Because, like, next week I was going to start streaming like the 24-man raids and shit. You know, I'm sorry, I can't be fucking. Hold on. I'll make sure there's no 14 paraphernalia around here. I'm looking. TOS free zone. I know they're good. We'll just experience them together, bro. That's all. Same with the 8-man raids. Yeah. I'm going to have to redo my fucking Twitch. Because I got like, you know, my character and shit on there and shit. I'm going to have to redo my Discord a little bit. Just a little bit. Not much. Not much. You know? Man. So many fucking changes. Oh, well. Like, yeah. Fuck them, dude. Like, if they're going to be like this, like, I think everybody should just stop streaming the game until they fucking fix their bullshit, because this is wrong.
Because you can call a woman a bitch and not be a misogynist. I hate to tell you this, but yeah, you can. Okay. And I don't know how the fuck they call me a transphobe, because by calling her a fucking bitch, I respected her identity. Bro, I don't give a shit who you identify as. I don't give a fuck if you're gay, if you're straight. I don't care about any of that. I'm not political.
Hey, fucking men.
I don't care who you fuck. I mean, obviously legal and within reason. Dude, none of that is my business, man. Like, I don't care about any of that. You know why? Because I don't worry about who other people fuck. Their evidence for calling me a transphobe is because I disagreed with a transgender woman. That's their evidence that I'm a transphobe. That's it. I'm a misogynist because I said that I don't believe these people that go on Twitter with a twit longer and say, oh, he raped me, with no evidence. Like, didn't your fucking mom and dad ever tell you that? They said, don't trust strangers. Well, you know, that also applies when you're like 30 and 40 and you're dealing with people online, right? You know, people lie online, right? It's like people just forget that the whole Johnny Depp thing happened. It's like people forget that the whole Rich Campbell thing happened. Like, dude, that fucking bitch accused him of all this shit, and then like 3 years later completely withdrew everything, and she wished her rapist well. Who the fuck wishes their rapist well? Like, it's like people forget about this shit, man.
Yeah.
But I'm labeled a misogynist because I don't believe women that come out and say, oh, he raped me, without any evidence. But they're twisting that, because it's just not women. It's also men. It's people. I don't believe people, because people are shit and people lie. I don't believe people. It doesn't have anything to do with being a man or a woman or whoever the fuck you identify as. I don't care about that. It's that you are making an accusation about another person with no evidence. I don't believe things unless there's evidence. How is this crazy? I have defended transgender people. I have defended women. I have defended men. And the reason that I have defended these people is because I genuinely believe that they were in the wrong. And it had nothing to do with their identity, politics, or religion. I am not religious at all, okay? I'm not religious. I don't believe in God. I'm not religious. If you are, that's fine. That is fine. I have friends that are very religious, actually. We never talk about religion. I'm not a political person.
Homeboy from Kansas, he didn't have any fucking option but to be friends with people that are extremely religious. There are fucking cults abound here. Mennonites and fucking Amish and Catholics and Christians and the like. I mean, granted, I myself am a Christian, but there are some people that are fucking deep Baptists and shit. I mean, they are fucking, down to the fucking clothes that they wear every day, the food that they eat, everything is dictated by their church. You can't tell me that's not a motherfucking cult. It's a cult. Period. Whether it's for the good or the worst, it's still a fucking cult. All right. There's cultists out in Texas as well. Oh yeah, guaranteed. The Catholic is a cult. Catholicism is definitely a cult. Mennonites are a cult. Amish are a cult. Straight up. Not saying they're bad people. It's a fucking cult. It is what it is. Look up the definition of cult and you'll see why I'm saying this. Anyways, moving on. You can still be friends with him. It doesn't fucking matter. He had no choice. He grew up in Kansas. He grew up. He fucking just moved not fucking 40 miles from where I live. Straight up. Like, we were neighbors.
I have friends that are extremely political. We don't talk about politics. I can be friends with someone that is very passionate about something that I'm not. For whatever reason, this is a fucking rare thing to have. This is a rare concept. Apparently, I thought it was normal, but apparently it's not. I disagree with my friends. I think it's normal. I call my friends out on shit. They call me out on shit.
Amen.
That's the whole point of being a friend, is because you can trust somebody, man. That's the whole point.
Agreed.
If you can't trust your friends, then why the fuck are you friends with them? Anyway, that is why that I believe that people are labeling me all of this shit. Like, I'm not a misogynist. I just don't believe things that I see online. I have never in my life been phobic or whatever about transgender people. I do my best to respect how they want to, be perceived. I'm not out to offend people. Like, what you do with your life and your body, that's none of my fucking business, man. It's not. And I don't care. I don't judge people by that because, like I said earlier, it doesn't matter like what your religion, gender, any of that crap is.
Oh, I sure as fuck will. I'm glad we're still the TOS free zone. I sure as fuck will. I will fucking laugh at someone that makes themselves look like a goddamn detention desk faster and shit, and I will roast the holy living shit out of them for it. But that doesn't mean I don't respect you. But I will call you on that bullshit. I will think it's funny as hell. It is what it is, right? Just like I would expect you to be like, hey, you're a fat fucking slob. You're right. You're fucking right. I am. Congratulations. Thing is, it just is. We're all our own individual. Who gives a shit? But just as he was saying, your friends call you on your bullshit. And that's good. Cappy the other day was just like, you've lost some weight. I'm like, hey, thanks. I was like, I know. I've been kind of a fucking fat ass recently. Let's get it over with. I learned the best way to live is to not give a flying fuck. I mean, you're absolutely right. You just don't give a shit. Awesome. You're the second biggest bottom I know in the world. Number 2 being Chadley. Or number 1 being Chadley. I don't think I treat you any different than I did the day that I met you. I could give a shit less, bro. I could give a shit less. Am I going to give you shit for it? All the motherfucking time. Because to me, it's funny. But it doesn't mean I love you any different. I still love you. You're still my homie. You just got flames shooting out of your ass like 100 feet.
It's like, it doesn't matter because people can just be shit. Like, you can be a trans person and be a complete piece of shit. Yes, you can. And it has nothing to do with your identity. The same goes for any race or any religious person or anything like that. That's how I view people. I don't believe that gender, race, political views define you as a person. I love my dad.
I agree.
My dad is a classic boomer baby Republican. I don't agree with him on a lot of stuff, but he's my dad. I love my dad. I do anything for my dad. And I can't comprehend how people can make that their entire personality. I just don't get it. But anyway, that from what I can tell
is completely allowed.
Why people say the things that they do.
Awesome, it is not. You cannot be a dick by identifying as an asshole. Assholes get fucked by dick. Thought you were gay. Don't you know how that shit works? One's an innie, one's an outie. Bro, you cannot be a dick while identifying as an asshole. It doesn't work. Calling you out on your shit. Just being a true friend. Still love you. Look at that. Learn from it, libtards.
So if you ever heard that I've been called a transphobe or, I've been called, okay.
Damn well what I meant.
Okay, so get this shit. In the same day, I saw a tweet or someone accusing me of being a transphobe and a woke Nazi at the same time. How in the fuck is that even possible, man? How is that even possible? That doesn't make any sense. Like, they can't even lie together. No, it wasn't a bot. Anyway, back to this. Sorry for the rant. A vast majority of the people that are celebrating all this, they are the type of people that go out looking for an argument. They are the type of people that if you don't agree with them 100%, you should probably be publicly purged from existence or some shit like that, Because God forbid you call two fucking dumb retarded bitches. God forbid. And then that is apparently equal to murder. You are now labeled a transphobe, you are labeled a misogynist, and you need to be assassinated because apparently that's what happens online. So I don't actually know what it was that got me banned. And you don't know either. Oh, and here's another thing too, man. For whatever reason, man, this whole thing was started. A whole bunch of people were saying I got suspended for 14 days. All of those people that said that are fucking retarded because one, I didn't get suspended for 14 days. I got suspended for 20 days. And two, they don't even suspend you for 14 days. That's not even an increment of time that you actually get suspended for. And all of these people are just believing this online. They're just believing all of this online. Basically, the GM, he can't tell me shit, really. Honestly, man, I don't think this GM's out to get me. I really don't.
No, I don't think so
this
either.
Was targeted to a certain degree. I will explain later why I think so, but they treat content creators different. It's actually not that either. It's not a 5, 10, 20 perma. So here's another thing too about that is that my next ban is actually not going to be perma. That's another thing that people they have no idea about either. How the suspension system works is that you are put on a point system. I know how many points I got, and I know how many points equates to a permaban. Now, I'm obviously not going to reveal that information, but the reason that I was suspended for 20 and not 10 is because I am a content creator. That is why. Because they treat content creators more harshly. They treat them differently. And I have a lot to say about that later on. So at this point, I'm trying to understand here on why in the fuck that I was banned, right? So I was looking at another website while 14 was up, or the game on full screen. And then he says, I can only state that Final Fantasy 14 copyrighted material was in use at the time of the comments. And then I actually asked about FFbot. I said, okay, I have a FFbot that uses assets. I think it's third-party stream game. Does that have anything to do with it? And he said, unfortunately, I cannot disclose whether or not it was involved. I said, okay, well, can you tell me if 14 was full screen? And then he says, unfortunately, I'm unable to provide those details. So he can't even tell me what 14 copyrighted material was on stream at the time. He can't even tell me. He says, I can only state that the aggressive comments behavior took place while the material was in use. So at the very least, the material was involved and visible. So again, what exactly does that mean? That means that right here, well, now this is visible. So now I'm subject to the TOS. So let's say that I'm not, because currently I'm not logged into the game. So let's say that right now I say something, I don't know, aggressive or something. I'm like, hey, you fucking chatter, get the fuck out of here. Out of here, you piece of shit. Okay, so because I was aggressive during that time when I just banned that idiot chatter and there was 14 copyrighted material present, I am subject to get reported. Yes. So I'm going to say that again because I don't really think that people understand the gravity of that and how fucking ridiculous that is. If there is 14 copyright material present on screen, you are subject to the TOS and you can be suspended in game for aggressive comments. That is the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard in my 10 years of streaming, or almost 11. So then I say, and the material can be what? Can you give examples? I know the game, but is there anything else like pictures? And the GM says, and this is where it starts to get really bad, boys. Anything involving, but not limited to, images and the sound of Final Fantasy XIV. The material usage license agreement has details. So that means, let's say that I play the best song in Final Fantasy 14. Okay? This is my favorite song. So let's say that I'm playing the music. Okay? Right now, because you can hear the music, I am now subject to the TOS.
At the crossroads, standing here, not a star in the sky to guide me tonight.
This is not his favorite song. So I can't use a random ass hammer sound effect. No, you can't.
This song is so fucking dog shit. Fuck this song, man. So even the music, guys, I am not making this up. You can read it yourself. You can.
My man! I was like, there's no way it's his favorite song. Oh, shit.
Fact check me on this, man. I'm not making this shit up. And I said, okay, wow. So it could be game images, sound, etc. That is correct. This also includes text and logos. Fucking text, brother. Text. They can suspend you for the text of Final Fantasy 14, man. If it's visible on stream.
This is true. Because I was looking up fonts for Final Fantasy 14 to like implement them into like a thumbnail, right? And I was like trying to figure out like what fucking fonts do they use, right? Every font they use in the game is their own custom font that's copyrighted. You can't get it or use it. You can only get stuff that's like it, but it's all custom made for it, and they're all copyrighted. Real shit.
That's insanity. Like, I'm just flabbergasted. So this is me. I'm trying to like recap it. I say violation occurred with 14 copyright material was present on stream. The violation is aggressive comments and or words. And this was specifically on Twitch and no other streaming platform. Can you tell me if any social media or websites were present? He said, unfortunately, I am unable to do so. Can you tell me what was on screen besides the 14 material? Unfortunately, I'm unable to do so. Now, here is where it's really fucking bad. I said, if I have 14 up in the background, but I'm talking about something else not related to 14, would that be reportable because I had 14 in the background? If the comments were inappropriate in nature and the matter was brought to our attention, it is possible that that can be considered a violation. So then I say, oh, wow, I had no idea that it was that broad. And then he says, for reference, this is under the guidelines and videos. And I said, guidelines for videos meaning like Twitch streaming. So if I'm voicing my opinion about a topic with 14 in the background, regardless of the topic, it could be considered a violation. Then this is fucking horrible. He says, correct. Anything streaming would be considered to fall under that category. That is absolutely
wild.
I have no words. I have no words. You cannot sit here and tell me that a normal person would think that you would be under TOS for these reasons. Like, you can hate me all you want, but you cannot disagree with me that you knew that the TOS was this broad. This is bad. I have had to make drastic changes to my channel to protect myself from the game that I love. People are going to weaponize this. They're going to. And this is going to happen to a wholesome streamer. I guarantee it eventually. Eventually it will. It will. I'm just an easy target because I'm not wholesome and I'm not an asshole. I'm kind of both. So I'm an easy target. But this is eventually going to happen. Eventually, there's going to be a hate watcher because even wholesome streamers have hate watchers. There's going to be a hate watcher that is going to get one of these wholesome streamers. And I'm going to tell you right now that I know firsthand that there have been at least one wholesome streamer that's already got in trouble for this. It just wasn't made public. I'm not going to say who it is because they have no involvement in this matter, but I'm going to tell you that there is a big 14, well, I guess they're not big anymore, but there was a very prominent 14 streamer that got in trouble for the same exact thing. Yes, I know it is because I talked to an ex-GM, and I'm going to show you those messages as well. But this has already happened.
Oh.
The only difference is in their case, because they were wholesome, they didn't actually get banned. They just got points put on their account, and they got warned. And that's fucked up that they didn't do that with me. Because again, I'm going to reiterate, and
Is
this is
it
not
Laser?
me being conceited.
Larry Zor?
This is not me being egotistical. This channel has literally been the top channel in this fucking category for 10 fucking years, man.
It
Guys,
really has.
Stop it right now. I'm not going to tell you who it is. Do not say Larry. Larry had nothing to do with it. Most people don't even know who the fuck he is. Just, I'm going to cut that shit right now. If I see any more names, I'm just going to ban you right now because I'm not going to tell you who it is. And I don't want you spreading any bullshit because it's obnoxious. This is your warning. This channel has been the top in the category.
Oh, they're like, oh shit, he's serious.
Over a decade. But nah, they didn't reach out to me like that. Instead, they just treat me like this. Okay. I got a lot to say about that later. And then I say, okay, just so I understand, 100%, if I have 14 material up and no matter what I'm talking about, even...
You glad we decided to watch this, Awesome? Holy shit.
Non-Final Fantasy 14 related, if it's vulgar, is it reportable on 14? That is correct. I cannot express in words how disappointed I am in this decision, in this act, and in this suspension. You will never convince me that this was right. You will never convince me that I was treated fairly. You will never convince me that this is common knowledge. Never. Okay, let's say that I was talking about a player.
Oh, it is now.
Then, okay, maybe.
It's as he said, though. He has been the top streamer for Final Fantasy 14 for the last 10 years. He really has. And if they're going to treat him like this, you bet your ass they're going to treat other people like this. And like, we American, like we completely believe in freedom of speech and shit. So, grant, like, I don't think it like has grounds here. It might have grounds here. Like, I mean, he could probably countersue for actual damages and shit, and they'd be held accountable for it. But they could still do what they want with it. Like, one can happen, and so could the other. You know what I mean? Like, they can actually ban him legally and all that, and then he could also countersue for like damages and everything like that, and then that could actually happen. But, which I don't think he will. You have to push Xeno quite hard. He's a very patient person. He really is. But yeah, I fucking lost where I was again. My fucking mind goes off in fucking tangents.
Let's say I told my audience to go harass this player. Then yeah, sure, I deserve the ban. Let's say I did something to a player in the game. Yeah, sure, I deserve the ban. But I got banned in a game for doing something completely unrelated to Final Fantasy 14 and not in the game. And I was banned in the game. How in the fuck?
So here's an incident that really happened in real life. And you know, there was a Sif baby. And there's like a whole big fiasco about it. And you know, they actually thought about like holding like certain companies accountable and shit. You know, you spell this gaming company with 2 letters in the alphabet and that's it. But there was this incident in Colorado where, you know, some kids built, Sif. They're babies. You're babies. Here. Down. Loki. Sif. Wool. All right. But anyways, yeah. They were they literally like devastatingly shot up a school. I don't know what she hit. I don't know where we were. We're gonna have to like kind of skim a little bit, see where we're at. But yeah, they shot it up, and what they did is that they created a map to a game within the layout of the school that they shot up, right, within this game. And they released it as like a mod, I guess, if you will. That's not what they were called back then, but and yeah, like there was like a Mr. Keesian kind of people were trying to hold the game accountable. Didn't work. I mean, it fell through in court, but like, I mean, it's kind of the tit for tat, you know what I mean? Like, it's a different scenario, but kind of like the same. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Awesome. That is literally what I'm talking about.
At this GM, I am extremely disappointed and disgusted by the terms of certain it out. I get fucking people. There's so much shit. There's so much shit on like Twitter that like they're in PV type comments.
Okay, yeah, we were way ahead.
I'm not political. I don't care who. Just forget the whole point of being a friend is 100%. You should probably be publicly purged from existence or some shit like that, because God forbid you call two fucking dumb retarded bitches material. I am a content frame at the time. Like, he can't even tell me. He says, I can only state that the aggressive comments behavior took place while the material was in use. So at the very least, the material was involved and visible. So again, what exactly does that mean? That means that like right here. Okay, so like, because I game, but is there anything else like pictures? And the GM says, and the images and the license of Final Fantasy. The music, guys, I am not making this up. You can read it up. And I said, okay, wow. So it includes text. They can suspend you from the streaming platform. Can you tell me if any social media or websites screen back? The mic can correct. That is, and this is fucking horrible topic. It could be considered a violation. Then this is fucking horrible. He says correct. Anything streaming would be considered to fall under that category. That is absolutely, I have no words. I have no words. You cannot sit here and tell me that a normal person would think that you would be under TOS for these reasons. Like, you can hate me all you want, but you cannot disagree with me that you knew that the TOS was this broad. This is bad. I have had to make drastic changes to my channel to protect myself from the game that I love. People are going to weaponize this. They're going to. And this is going to happen to a wholesome streamer. I guarantee it. That is going to get one of these streamers have hate watchers. There's going to be a hate watcher that is going to get one of these wholesome streamers. And I'm going to tell you right now that I know firsthand that there have been at least one wholesome, not tell you dominant. I know it is because I talked to an ex-GM, and I'm going to his points put on me being ego. Man, guys, stop it right now. I'm not going to tell you who it is. Do not say Larry right now. If I see any more, I don't want you spreading any bullshit because it's obnoxious. This is your warning. This channel has been the top in the category for over a decade. But nah, they didn't reach out to me like that. Instead, they just treat me like this. Okay. I got a lot to say about that later. And then I say, okay, just so I understand, 100%. If I have 14
Sif really moved us around on that timeline. No matter
what I'm talking about, even non-Final Fantasy 14 related, if it's vulgar, is it reportable on 14? That is correct. I cannot express in words how disappointed I am in this decision, in this act, and in this suspension. You will never convince me that this was right. You will never convince me that I was treated fairly. You will never convince me that this is common knowledge. Never. Okay, let's say that I was talking about a player in the game. then okay, maybe. Let's say I told my audience to go harass this player. Then yeah, sure, I deserve the ban. Let's say I did something to a player in the game. Yeah, sure, I deserve the ban. But I got banned in a game for doing something completely unrelated to Final Fantasy XIV and not in the game. And I was banned in the game. How in the fuck does that even begin to make sense? I wasn't mad, man. I was heartbroken. I was disappointed. If they were to reach out to me, let's say they email me and they were like, hey, man, look, you said or did some unhinged shit, and here's what you did. We don't want to suspend you, but we're going to have to unless you either stop doing this or you delete this. If they would have reached out to me like that, I would have probably deleted what they wanted me to. Because at the end of the day, I love this game more than anything that I could have possibly done. Like, I don't have this like ego. I don't have this pride. You know, like if I fuck up, I admit my mistake and I take it, and that's it. Like, if they were to approach me in that way, there was an extremely high chance that I would have complied and not even fucking said anything, man. But they didn't.
Llama Todd says they added that clause after I called out Kate, so really, this is my fault. Todd's fault.
That's the thing. I'm still like in disbelief that they actually suspended me for this. Anyway, so then I said this. I was told by another GM that anything outside of the game you guys can't police. Or don't rather, but I guess they were wrong. Now this is true. I was told by a GM. And then he says this, technically the material usage license is within our game because it involves copyrighted material. It was put in place to make sure we can protect our players as best as possible if our game is involved. We want to protect our community to the best of our abilities. Now, they put that in there within our game to try to control how you stream. They don't want you to say anything negative about the game. And this GM confirms it in the next screenshot. And then I said, okay, would you have any advice? And he said, I can only recommend being as mindful of our policies as best as possible and try to maintain positive vibes for the community as a whole. I'm going to repeat this part because this is fucking crazy that a GM said this. Try to maintain positive vibes for the community as a whole. Give me a sec. Fuck that. That is the most retarded shit I've ever read in my fucking life. Try to maintain positive vibes for the community as a whole. Basically, that means just keep sucking dick and not give any type of criticism, not anything. Bro, I will never let a fucking corporation or company control what the fuck I do again. For those of you that don't know, I'm 41. Okay, now I didn't get into streaming until I was 30. I grew up extremely poor. I'm not going to go into this whole, woe is me history bullshit. I'm just going to sum it up, and I'm going to say this. I know what it is like to get fucked in the ass by a company for decades. I've had a job since I was like 14 years old, man. I had to fucking get my mom to sign a permission slip so I could work at a bowling alley because I wanted money to like do some shit with. And, she was a single mom supporting like 4 motherfuckers, man. I've worked manual labor. I'm certified on so many pieces of equipment. I've worked a lathe. I've drove a truck. I used to have my CDL. Bro, I have done so many different jobs. Like, I've operated so many different pieces of equipment, and every single job I've ever had has had the same thing in common, that they don't give a fuck about you. They will ask you to risk your life sometimes, depending on the job that you have. And if you fuck up, it's your fault, and then they blame you, and then they fire you. I will never. Like, dude, I'd rather die than fucking do that again, man. I will never live that fucking life again. Okay, now I'm not saying that my jobs have been any worse than any of you. Okay, this is not a who has the bad job comparison here. Right. Some of you have probably had way worse jobs. But what I am saying is that those of you that know what I'm talking about, I know what it's like to be a slave wage cuck or whatever. You know what I'm saying, man? All right? I'm never going to let another company do that again. That includes Square Enix. They can eat shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'd rather just not stream their fucking game. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to censor myself because some pussy ass retarded bitches don't like the way that I speak. If you don't like the way I speak, get the fuck off my channel. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? I think that this was a complete overreach, and I think they did this to teach me a lesson. That's what I think. I think that they know the influence that this channel has over the 14 category. And I think that, like, let's be real here. I never get invited to shit. They never talk to me. They never, well, rarely anyway. They never involve me whatsoever. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. You know it. I know it. Everybody in this fucking community knows it. This channel is the biggest channel and has been in the 14 category for 10 years. Not just one, not two. Bro, we on an almost 11-year fucking streak. Undefeated.
Let's go!
Okay? I am not saying that because I have an ego. I'm not saying that because I'm conceited. I am saying that because it is fact. It is a fact. So I'm being punished for success. That's not my fucking problem. That sounds about right. That's not my issue. Okay, let me give you an example. Let's say that I was affiliated with Square Enix. Let's say that they were sponsoring me. Then, okay, I get it. They don't want me to say certain things. And then they do that. Okay, I understand. I have never been affiliated with Square Enix. They've never reached out to me. The times that I did get to go to the media tour, I had to ask. They didn't even reach out to me. I had to ask. And you know what, man? People called in favors for me. Like one time Frosty got me on the fucking media tour. It wasn't even just me. So they don't do shit for me, yet they want me to adhere to their bullshit fucking policies that they don't apply to other people. So they apply policies to me when I'm not even affiliated with them that they don't apply to other people. This is extremely unfair. I don't give a fuck if you like me or don't like me, man. This is just straight up unfucking fair. They're going to, I guess, expect me to maintain positive vibes when they actively go out of their way to never involve me in shit. Dude, I didn't even get a fucking jujube. You know that chicken code, bro? I didn't even get a jujube. Everybody's eating chicken while loving this shit, and I'm sitting over here like this. I ain't even got no eyebrows. Like, bro, I even got no eyebrows. Get the motherfucker without any eyebrows a jujube code. Isn't this just fucked up, though, man?
It's okay, seems.
Look, man,
I got eyebrows either.
Look.
It's all good.
Don't get me wrong, man. I'm not trying to come off as some boohoo victim or anything like that, because I'm not. I'm not trying to come off like that. All I'm trying to say is I just want fairness. And chickenless. Okay? I just want fairness. And you and me both know, everybody in here fucking knows that if somebody else were to say something aggressive or some shit with the Final Fantasy 14 trademark available, nothing would happen to them. But it happened to me. I just want to be treated fairly. That's it. That's it. They are trying to make sure that this is a positive channel. No, it's not. But it's also not a negative channel either. It's a fun channel. We have fun in here. We also criticize the game. I will never stop criticizing this game because I love it. This positive vibes has nothing to do with the TOS. The TOS does not state that you have to be a positive streamer. So the fact that they said it is just ridiculous to me. This is control. I know control when I fucking hear it, when I read it, when I see it. This is them trying to control what the fuck I say. And you will never convince me otherwise. So that's why I was banned. I was banned for aggressive comments made while Final Fantasy 14 copyright material was present.
Are you still watching this, Awesome?
That is why I was banned for. And I will reiterate one more time that this is a massive overreach. This is horrible. And I caution anyone that streams this game. Just know that SC has the power to do this to you. So that's why I was banned. So all of that misinformation about, oh, well, he did this or he did that. No, it's untrue. I was also never banned for 14 days.
Well, I'm doing bullshit.
I was also never permabanned. A lot of people, they don't understand how the suspension system works either. People are saying that my next ban's going to be permanent. That's not true. People are saying that, like, oh, well, he's already permabanned. That's also not true. No, I think that I was definitely treated unfairly. I guess finally, man, is, look, this channel has been in the category for a long time. This channel has, it's been a top for a long time. It doesn't make any sense why that a game company would not invite their top streamers to media shit. That doesn't make any sense other than it's a brand risk. Now, I understand. This channel is a brand risk to them. Everything I say about this game, I always try to say something positive. If I ever give a critique about this game, like, oh, this could be better, oh, this could be better, I always try to pair it with something positive, because I don't believe that you should just shit on a game, because I genuinely want the game to be better, and that's why I say the things that I say. People don't have to listen to me. They don't have to, but there's a reason why they listen to me, because it's good for the game. Like, SE has implemented so many things that I've said over the fucking years, and people know it. They just don't want to admit to it, but they know it. I've literally been told by Yoshi and other people that work there that they watch my stream. They implement the shit. I say harsh things sometimes because they need to be harsh, but I also defend Final Fantasy when it needs to be defended. My end goal is to make the game better. I'm not one of those people that always is going to love every aspect of the game. I'm not one of those people that's always going to hate the game. I try to be as fair as possible, but I was treated unfairly here. This is ridiculous. I was treated unfairly. I've never heard of anyone getting suspended like this. I didn't even know it was possible to get suspended like this, but now I do. So now you do. And now you do. So I'm going to caution any person that is going to stream this game, they can pretty much just ban you for whatever they want. You can be harsh about the game, but not towards the people that work there. I disagree. If a person that works there is an idiot and makes a dumb decision, I'm going to call them an idiot, and I'm going to say they made a dumb decision. That's how it is. If Square...
Yeah, because, like, what if it was the criticism about who? Him calling her the R&B word, right? What if it was that? And then someone took offense to it. That was a criticism about the game. I mean, granted, it was kind of directed towards the person, but it was about the game. It was the game that did it, right? He gives shit less about the person. He was upset about the game, and that's why he said what he said. Okay? Horrible decision part on the game developers to allow such a thing to exist. It is what it is. I got banned for it.
Square Enix is incompetent.
Hypothetically, maybe. We don't know.
I'm going to say that they're incompetent. Like, I'll give you an example. In Top, when they came out with Top, there was a lot of bugs in Top. That shows incompetence. They didn't test shit. That's not me harassing them. That's not me shitting on them. That's me stating a fact. It is what it is. So that's why I got banned, man. I guess one last thing. I still love this game. I still intend to stream this game. I still intend to play this game. Nothing is going to change with the channel other than I'm taking precautions to defend myself or to protect myself. I just want people to know that I don't hate this game. I still love this game. I'm just disappointed in their decision to do this. I'm disappointed in the reason that I got suspended. I don't agree with the reason I got suspended. I didn't know it was possible. I guess I'm just going to look at it as a shit happens situation. And I'm just going to try to learn from it. And I'm going to try to do the best I can to not let it happen again. And that's really all I can say. I'm just going to, I'm just going to take it on the chin, and it is what it is.
Okay. Thank you, Zeems. I appreciate you. And with all that being said, yeah. That's sad. That's real sad. Some bullshit. Well, I guess I'll figure out what to stream next week. Until then, bye!